Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Hi-yo! Welcome to Ross Patterson Revolution. Is steroids the answer, James?
Gosh.
Is it? Is it the answer?
I don't know.
Is steroids the answer these days? I really want to discuss this.
Answer. It's
I think
the
so.
same for women. Botox
so.
and fillers is the only answer. You cannot do it naturally.
So, to the audience, here's why I'm saying this. Here's why I'm starting the show with this. I have a few friends who were on steroids, HGH, some other things.
Like, there's some hardcore ones, and then there's people that are like...
There's people triple stacking,
right.
like, a month before spring break type shit.
Right. Then there's, like, cream. Then there's, like, people that are getting older.
Yeah, and, like, TST, like testosterone shots, things like that. I have a few friends on them right now, currently.
Okay.
We had dinner with one of them the other nights. And
looks great.
All of them look great.
He looks good.
And I've been making these posts on Instagram, on my Instagram stories at STJames, best Instagram on the planet, no lie. On Stallone. Hey, I do a bunch of impressions. I've been doing these Stallones. So I've been gassing through these Sylvester Stallone pictures, like across the internet, searching for like weird pictures. Then, hey, John, why don't you quit staring at my fucking dick? Like pictures of him in Travolta, shit like that. I came across a picture yesterday where he is 8-pack shredded and he's 75, 76.
He's 8-pack shredded right now?
Right now.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. And I was like, fucking A. And he's training for the new Rocky. Either they just finished shooting it or they're currently shooting it. I'm not sure. I think they're finished now for Creed 2.
Okay.
They brought back the villain from Rocky 4, Drago. So it's going to be Drago's kid versus Apollo Creed's kid.
Who's playing Drago?
Come on, Drago's playing Drago. You don't fuck with Dolph Lundgren like that. But I don't know who's playing the kid.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. No, but Drago is back. Drago is back.
And then we don't know who's playing his kid.
We don't know who's playing the kid. And they're doing a whole Russia versus USA thing, which is going to be fucking dope. But I know Dolph and Sly, hey. I know they're all juiced up on the fucking on the roids.
Totally.
And I'm starting to question it. Fuck, man. I have another friend. Now that I think about it, who just I'm not going to say.
No, don't say their name, obviously, but
they were a recent guest on one of 2 shows. That'll leave it open so we don't know which one it is. He also looks great. Where it's like, Jesus Christ, man.
And there's some steroids there.
Oh, shit ton of steroids. But
really,
yeah. So like, is that the answer these days going forward? Is that the better way of life for humanity? Is the question. And we were debating it, but right before we got on the air, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's just talk about it on air."
Yeah. Because we were like before
I kind of feel like it's the way to go. I was I don't want to say a denier, but I really believed. I was like, hey, man, you could do this naturally and look great.
And I think to a certain extent you can if you wanted to do.
But I'm talking about a normal day. Go on about your day. Work out like an hour and a half a day. You can look great.
It's rough at a certain age. Like, I don't know if it's possible.
To have a healthy diet and work out. And
diet. The other thing is, like, there's a meme where it's like at a certain age you can't even have one bite of pizza or you like
balloon. Yeah.
So the idea of like having a normal life where like on the weekends you like have a cheat day and stuff like that at a certain age, depending on your genes and what you've done leading up to that point, as far as your metabolism, I think it's almost impossible.
Ooh, boy.
And we talk about it as women all the time too, where it's like you literally have to eat nothing and starve yourself when you're at a certain age, and you will look great. Kind of, you'll look bony. You'll look like that older, sinewy lady. You know what I mean? So For women, it's a little bit of hormone replacement, Botox, fillers, working out, and like a super healthy, mostly vegan, some meat. That's the way we have to do it.
That's vegan is gun to head to me. Where it's just I can't even entertain that
until dinner time kind of thing.
I can't even entertain that. Here's my one problem with the steroids, right? Or the HGH or whatever. Look, if you're listening, you can write in and tell me I'm wrong. Feel free, because I was never one of those. Even though I was great at high school sports, didn't do steroids, didn't do them in college.
Oh, you didn't?
No, you know what I did in college? I did over-the-counter stuff. So I did supplements,
okay.
Creatine and Andro, which is now banned. Maybe it was a steroid. I don't really think it was, because I mean, again, I bought it over the counter, and but I mean, fuck, it looked great.
Sure.
Really, really looked great.
Sure.
And I'm not saying it looked bad now. I'm just saying that, you can't get shredded again.
No.
Without, it being your entire life.
Your entire life.
And my biggest issue with steroids is the fact that I have enough energy. I have more than enough energy. I don't need a lot of sleep already.
Yeah.
I don't need to be more fucking juiced up about the day.
Is that what steroids does?
That's allegedly.
Does it make
it gives you more energy, like a bigger pep in your step and all that shit. And it's like, the friends that I do have that are currently on it, I will say they need that energy and they need that boost. They were people who were slower. They get up a little later. They're more tired throughout the day, whereas I'm on fucking 90 throughout the day already.
Yeah, I don't need you on higher than you are.
Yeah, and that's my biggest concern about doing it is not the rest of the shit. I don't really give a fuck about the side effects. Look, ball size, I could afford to shrink them a cup size, a jockstrap size. Dick size, great. Go ahead and take a couple inches off. Don't care about that either.
No.
Good. I'm good on that. But what I'm saying is the rest of it where I'm you got that look in your eyes all day where it's
You know what? It's kind of like Adderall.
Is it?
Well,
Adderall makes you focus. I would have said, remember those pills back in the day? They were also they were also like GNC, oh, you're going to the gym, blah. I used to take that shit and I was out of my mind. I maybe took it 3 or 4 times and I stopped because I was like, oh my God, you want to run through a fucking brick wall.
Too much.
Yeah, and my biggest fear is that, look, you start doing HGH, you look great, but you're out of your mind all day where it's I ordered an 8-piece today from Chick-fil-A.
Sure.
I ordered 8-piece nuggets, just nuggets alone. That's it. Mm-hmm. Got home and it was a 6. I don't want to look at that 6 and then relook at my receipt that says 8 and then drive right through a fucking Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. You actually don't need any more of that kind of energy.
No,
for sure.
None.
You know what it is for girls too? Everyone I know that's super skinny, you're like, oh my gosh, how is she so skinny?
Yeah.
Adderall.
Ah, really?
Every single one of them.
Really?
But I find it, Rogan talks about this too, I find them to be really annoying. It's a lot.
Yes.
People on Adderall.
Yes, a lot.
That Crowder guy, Louder with Crowder, he's Adderall. And it's just it's all over the place.
Did he say he's on Adderall?
Yeah.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah. And there's a new documentary on Netflix called Take Your Pills.
Okay.
And it's all about literally everyone in college right now and beyond is on Adderall that has a leg up that's kind of in work, working 16 hours a day. And you're like, how do they have the energy? How are they so skinny? How do they go from yoga to being a mom to blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
That's how. It's either a nanny or Adderall or both.
Boy.
And it's the same thing with the steroids. You're like, how do they fucking do it? I'm just I gotta sit down, dude. I'm from work to mom to whatever, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
How do these motherfuckers with a smile on their face?
Yeah.
It makes me feel inadequate, but it's not real. So that documentary made me be okay, steroids, don't feel bad about yourself. You just have to realize you have to think about whether you want to do it yourself.
Got it. Yeah, because I look around my gym, I see the same people every day. There's one guy over late 30s, mid to late 30s, that is shredded, all natural. But he's retired military. He works out twice a day.
Twice a day.
Yes. So I see him. Like if I go in the morning, he's there. If I go at night, he's there. Mm-hmm. And finally, I just asked him. I was just like, "Yo, do you work out twice a day, or am I just literally catching you at the exact moment every single day?" And he was just like, "No, I work out twice a day." And I was like, "Oh." And I looked at him, and cool fucking guy, tatted, the whole shit. And I was just like, I was like, that's how that's shredded.
That's how you do it.
Because you can't go up to another guy in the gym and say, "Hey, how are you this shredded?
You holding?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Packing?
You holding? You want to pee next to each other?"
Yeah. Let me see that.
So, and I asked him, and he was just, that made sense. And he goes, "Look, I watched my diet," and he told me what he was eating, and I was like, "Man, I'm eating and drinking the same thing." And he goes, "Yeah, but I go twice a day." And he goes, "I do cardio for an hour in the morning." A fasting cardio, and then he gets to lift at night. But I'm like, looking at his times, because each time he's there, I'm there. He's there for about an hour to an hour and a half twice a day. You're looking at working out for 3 hours out of the day, and it's like, shit. All right, but he's retired, and he said his kids are out of high school, so he's just like, "Look, it's me and my wife. We drive on the beach and fucking party, and it's great." And that makes more sense. But again, I'm worried for the other aspect of being out of my fucking mind, where I could punch a hole through a wall, because I'm already like that now. God forbid steroids, and to that point of your Adderall point. So in college, you're grinding all the time, writing papers, trying to stay up for finals, all that shit.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the semester, it gets intense. And especially at a big school, where if you fail, it's not that you're going to get thrown out. It's the fact that you might not get that class again, because the classes fill up. There's so many students, and everybody's in certain majors, where the pressure's on for you to pass it that semester and get through it. So I remember taking Adderall for a couple finals.
You did?
Yeah.
How did it make you feel?
Crazy. The same way,
crazy
where it was just
good
like,
or crazy?
No,
okay.
like
I don't
out of my mind. Same. So I did it twice. No good. Couldn't do it. And I remember I was telling a buddy of mine at the time, and I was like, "Yo, man," he was like, "How did that Adderall treat you?" And I was like shit. I was like, "I've been up for 2 days straight, and I'm gonna fucking kill someone."
Did you get a lot done? Were you really focused?
Like a lower dose of Coke. And I was just like, I couldn't focus because my mind already it's too much. So I was like, man, I told him, I was like, "This is fucking crazy, man. I feel fucking crazy." I was like, I was up for 2 days. I don't even remember being in that finals. I don't even remember being in the class.
Shit.
Nothing. Yeah. And it was like a 2-hour thing. Don't even remember being there. I remember later on the next night, like that was it, like 36 hours later, we were just like, "Oh shit, that was crazy." And then he looks at me and he goes, he was looking around my room and he goes, "I don't see any coffee around here. Do you drink coffee?" And I was like, "No." Well, it's coffee. And he was just
What's
like, "Oh,
coffee?
Jesus Christ, man. You should probably start drinking coffee." And I'll never forget this. So it was a junior year in college. Is when I think that was when I had my first cup of coffee, and I was like, oh
no,
fuck.
Okay.
So with my energy and the way I am now, just a simple cup of coffee did the trick, where I was just like, all right, good to go. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm already crazy. So
you even can take a placebo, because you've accidentally drinking decaf before without knowing it, like taking my decaf, and you're like, fine, it's just like a mental thing. It's your like ritual of like, you maybe felt a little bit more tired, but like, I don't think it even affected you
probably
that much. It's just a thing where you're like, okay, I have my coffee, I'm ready for my day, but I think you would be ready.
What do you call that? What do we call it?
Placebo.
Okay.
You know, when they give people like the fake
like
pill
the sugar
and
pill.
the real pill,
Yeah.
So it's a placebo effect with you, I think, because you could, if you had a second, I think you'd get going. But it's like
I 100% agree with that, and I probably will take it a step further, because I've had problems sleeping my entire life. That's probably one of the things too, where it's like, dude, you get used to taking shit, and that's it. If I didn't know any better, or your system didn't know any better, probably you could nuke that out, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. Who knows?
That's more of a like chemical thing, right?
I guess. I don't really know.
The only way that I got in shape for range 15 was working out 2 times a day.
Yeah. So, and by the way, for all of these movies, because I've been in shape for pretty much all these movies, unless it required something different. Like I think I gained weight for FDR intentionally to make that character look a little older. But I remember it was hard to get that off. Because a lot of people talk about that too. The guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was one who he put on 50 pounds. And he was like, dude, getting it on was a blast. Off was impossible. And
like the worst.
So it is tough. But you're right. Getting in shape for these movies twice a day. You're right.
And you have like this goal. I had a short term. I think I had like 3 months.
Yeah.
2 or 3 months to train for it. So it's like you have these short-term goals. You know exactly, like, it's not like the lifestyle type thing, which like I would love to like get into. 2 a day for your lifestyle would be really, really hard.
I don't know how you do it with kids. Well, no, I could easily go to the gym twice a day, like no problem.
Oh, no. I'm just saying time in your day with everything else that you have to do, work and kids and everything.
Forget it. Yeah.
You're neglecting something to
even
go to the
squeezing
gym.
out an hour without being on your phone.
Yeah.
Because again, like
getting calls,
work
emails,
calls, emails, texts, all that shit where it's just like there's so much coming through all day long where you're like, man, I wish, and I know some people actually, some listeners actually emailed in and said, hey, Ross, if you want to shut that down in the gym, just put it on airplane mode. I didn't even think about that.
Really?
Yeah. And I was just like,
airplane
shit.
Mode's a thing for sure.
Yeah. I think my fear.
I'd rather be.
My fear is this: something happens to you or the child.
Emergency.
Yeah, and then I'm the asshole who is like, no, I had to run that fucking 5 miles today,
right?
To look great for whatever, and I missed some important life-changing call.
Sure.
And look, I talk to you about that all the time. I bitch to you about that all the time because it happens, and I have missed the call.
Right.
You have as well, and it's just it sucks, and like I don't ever want to look back again because I was like, oh man, I'm on the grind every day on a fucking hamster wheel, just fucking running and staying safe, and I you miss some call where it's like Jeffrey wanted to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Before the thing was pulled, you weren't around.
Oh God, stop
Your
it.
phone was on airplane mode, and Jeffrey's dead.
But I believe in being able to shut down for at least an hour. I believe in that. So if someone is pulling their plug and they're calling you in that hour and that's the only...
I do too, but I think shutting it down is at night probably. So
you can get that call at any time. It's just a matter of like when you think you are entitled to an hour of just like taking care of business.
That is a great point. And I will say this. I think that time is at night. I do.
Okay.
That's
fine.
So let's say
for me,
you
it would
get
be like at yoga. I'm not bringing my phone into yoga. I'm going for a fucking hour. And if something bad happens in that time, like, what am I supposed to do? You can't have that's my time to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Right. So the Jeffrey dying thing would have to be at night where it's like, okay, cool. It was past midnight.
Right.
I was sleeping. They knew. Like my gay lover Jeffrey knows, and his family know not to call. Like, oh, it was after midnight. He's probably sleeping. Right. Did you ever call people and you're like, oh shit, and then you realize you're in a different time zone or whatever, and you're like, fuck, they're probably sleeping. And then you feel bad about it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm referring to. Okay. That's probably the time where I won't feel bad. The other people, my gay lover Jeffrey and his family won't feel bad. That they called me because they're like, oh, we knew he was going to be with his wife and he's probably sleeping.
Right.
Like we can't make gay lover Jeffrey calls this late.
And when do I find out? Is it after Jeffrey's dead?
It's going to be either Jeffrey dying or me dying. So that's when you're going to find out. You're
dying while you're with Jeffrey, and Jeffrey needs to call me.
Nope.
Oh.
So me dying separately then is going to Jeffrey's going to show up at the door.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's just gonna. Hey, it's me.
Hello?
Yeah. Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
I
don't know a Jeffrey.
I'm surprised Ross has never told you about me. I'm his gay lover. Yeah, and I have been for 13 years. Where you're just like, wait, what?
Oh my God. And stuff like that, what a nightmare. Like stuff like that comes out when you're
I know. So the time that my gay
the mistresses and everything.
Jeffrey, of course you're listening. You listen to every show. Know that you've got to call before midnight. Hey, or guess what?
And Jeffrey, don't bother me while I'm at yoga.
Exactly.
If you need to like tell me something.
Yeah. So that
Jeffrey's been warned.
I would say this before we got to sponsors today. We covered my gay lover Jeffrey and what time to call, and steroids, like steroid use.
And whether or not, we actually never got to the bottom of if you're going to do it or not, but stay tuned. We'll let you guys know on the journey of if you do.
Yeah, because here's the thing. That's going to be an ongoing debate of
we're going to have to hear some stories, you guys, of like good things that have happened from a light steroid use, right? A cream.
Yeah. How about a cream? If you're out there and you've taken any form of steroid cream,
has it helped you? Has it changed anything?
Also, don't really care about legs. So let's right.
What has it done for your upper body and your abs? Tell us the results on that, and maybe a little hair growth. Like, how is the hair on the top of your head looking?
I don't think it. Wait. But here's the thing. I don't think you grow hair though, right?
I think with our friend, it looked a little bit thicker up there, and that's definitely like something that
I heard it was the opposite. I think you lose hair.
If when you stop using it, or if it gets like off balance or whatever.
All right, because that was a lower rung fear for me. But now that I know that, shit.
I think, but then it's like if you stop using it, maybe you do something. You guys know.
Somebody write in. You know what? Look, go to Ross Patterson Revolution podcast Facebook page or Instagram and write in if you've taken the steroid cream, and then just take a picture of yourself. Just send in a picture and be like, "Yo, here's what I look like without a shirt on. This is rad. I work out work out like an hour a day." So we're gonna get real specific with the audience here. Okay. Right. I use steroid cream.
I eat pizza.
No, not that, because I know you can't do that.
No, I'm joking.
But you should be able to have one cheat day a week. I think you should write in and say, all right, I use steroid cream. I'm not losing my hair. My body looks good. I'm not out of my tits, like punching through walls, and send in a shirtless pic. And then
can testosterone help with hair growth? Yes, most certainly, yes.
Wow. Look at that. I don't need any more hair growth.
You don't, but I think it was a side effect of our friend where I was like, okay.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. Yeah.
A little thicker.
We'll see. Cause the other thing is my buddy, the other one from the other night, he doesn't work out. Like he doesn't lift weights. He doesn't go to the gym. So he does like natural shit, like, running,
calisthenics and stuff like that.
Running, light jogging, some he does a lot of recreational sports. That's his workouts. Okay. And we all have friends who do that. You're
just like,
yeah, they do a sport where you're just like, oh, that's what you do. That's a fun
sport
thing.
Or like a running.
Yeah.
Nothing that you have to be. You could, on a nice day, you can just get out there and get your workout instead of like going to the gym, grinding out for like hours, boring.
Those guys. So let me know. Right into the show, because I'd be really curious about this. Because again, I don't need any more fucking energy. That's the last thing I need.
Should we steroid? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hashtag should we roid up?
Should we roid? Yeah.
And then we'll do some before and after pics. And then if we end up doing it, and then just ride it out online, see how this goes. Because I fully believe in it. I see Sly. I see. You see like Arnold and those guys, and isn't Rogan? Isn't Rogan on it? Didn't he say he's on TST? I think he said he was on TST, right?
Maybe. He's HGH.
Yeah.
What is it? It was something like for his arm or whatever that like. Yeah. He's doing something. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Because he's jacked.
But it's like one of those things, like how A-Rod was like, I needed to fix my leg. So it's like one of those, and then you end up like real clean. I forget what it is. But
well, for athletes, I will say like for A-Rod, Kobe, those guys, they need something. Because you're playing at that high a level.
Yes.
And if you lose a knee or a fucking hip or whatever, like I think A-Rod had his whole fucking hip replaced or something crazy.
Yeah, I think knee or hip. Yeah.
Well, he both. Kobe's was the knee. And he was going to Germany for these treatments, these blood transfusions, where they swap it out and inject it into your leg.
Yeah.
And he, I don't know if it's deer blood, James. It might be werewolf blood.
With young doe.
Yeah, with young doe blood.
Yeah.
But
don't quote me, but.
So he was going over to Germany for this shit only in the summers, and it was just like, oh, because isn't that when they test for whatever? And look, Kobe was able to play and do it, and it was amazing. So I don't know, but I'm curious. Send it in. In the meantime, we got some sponsors who pay for this whole shit wagon to be on the air. Do you believe that we have sponsors who pay for us to talk about steroid use?
I still don't. Yeah.
Can't either.
Should we take steroids?
Can't either. And
yes or no?
Look, our first sponsor of the day is Black Rifle Coffee. Talking about waking up with coffee every morning. This is it. This is it, guys. I actually use all of this shit, by the way.
Yes.
I'm feeling super honest today. Like real honest.
Watch out.
Black Rifle Coffee, here it is, boom. Here's the K-Cups. I drink the K-Cups. I'm a K-Cup guy. I want to get the shit in my system, wake up and get on with my fucking day. I use the Just Black. I use it like it's steroids.
I know. I inject it.
I should. I wish they had it I wish they had just a dissolvable where it was just like...
You would take a coffee pill instead of drinking coffee for sure.
Because it's less time. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Time versus money, baby.
It is. You can get... Baby. I'm just looking at how to maximize the day and get more done. I love the Just Black. I love the caffeinated as fuck. Those are my two favorite blends, but they got a million other tasty ones. Grab life by the beans. Go to blackriflecoffee.com and sign up for their coffee club of the month club. They get a bunch of great deals on shit, and they're always giving away like sweet things in their Instagram stories. So follow them on Instagram. But use the promo code REVOLUTION. It's a one-time use for 20% off. I know I get a sister show, Drinking Bros. That's a one-time use as well for 20% off. But if you've already used Drinking Bros, use Revolution. 20% off at blackriflecoffee.com. Next up, we've got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, boom,
Shablankers.
Boom, Shablankers.
I like that. I like that a lot. Let's hear your Shablankers one more time.
Shablankers.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Falling down the hill.
Strikeforce Energy is, this is my afternoon energy, is what it is. That's my morning. That's my afternoon.
Cruise on in.
Cruise into the day. Strikeforce Energy. This is my favorite flavor. This is grape. Make America grape again. Big fan. They got 4 original flavors. Orange, lemon, grape, and original. They ship everywhere in the entire world. You don't need a can for that. So like they can just pump this shit right into a bottle. Like I wish there was an applicant of this, because I feel like Strikeforce is just the clear. It looks like clear, the same steroid shit.
Oh, so you want a cream? Strikeforce
just
cream?
Apply it. Yeah,
okay.
Just apply it to my body.
Okay.
Right now, it goes into any liquid available. You just rip open the tasty tiny little tin pouch, squeeze it into any of your beverages, including your Zimas. If you want it, dude. Shit goes in liquor, too. It goes great in liquor, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
That's Jack's jam, I think.
Yeah, you don't need to... What?
Jack?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jack Mandeville. Yes.
I think that's his jam.
Yeah.
I'll always... if we're out, like, drinking, I'll always see him, like...
Oh, yeah. It is.
He has it in his pocket at all times.
It's great. And it's better than, like vodka Red Bulls. I'm a big, huge fan of it. Because Red Bull, they don't have any other flavors, do they? To my knowledge?
No.
They don't.
It's
so
just
like
that
this
watered down Skittle taste.
Yeah, it tastes like shit. But with this, like the Strikeforce, you can at least pair up like with whatever liquor you're drinking and go the flavor in it and fucking be on about your biz. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com, type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. They've got a subscription on the month club too. They also get a 750 milliliter bottle that rests on your bar top or countertop. You can just boom, pop a couple squirts in and motherfucking go.
Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. Hit it and quit it. Next up, we got straightrazors.com. Straight Razors. I'm going to promote their fucking shampoo and conditioner again today because I'm a big fan. I love it. I use it every day. Jables is dancing to it. You accidentally used it and loved it too. I mean, I was sitting in the shower. It's good stuff. That's Smolder.
I liked it.
Smolder is great, isn't it?
Sometimes
Smells
girls
terrific.
do this sometimes where they'll use like a guy's deodorant so that they like have the smell with them.
Gross. Don't do that if you're a girl out there. Just
Why?
don't do that. Because I don't want to smell myself on you.
No, you're not there. Like if you're not around.
All right.
You
as
know
long
what
as I'm not around.
And then you like smell you.
Let me smell you. StraightRazors.com has got the finest, I'd say the best in the world, shaving products probably. who's better? Like Dollar Shave is bullshit.
No, it's horrible actually.
Yeah, and like
a lot of people.
I see it. They just have a lot of great advertising.
Their advertising's great, but their product
shit
across the board.
I know.
No one's
shitty.
I know.
Shitty.
And I like them.
I did too.
Sorry.
No, I don't. I don't like them. I've tried them before.
I like
They're
them
just not
as like people on their advertising. I like the dude.
Yeah, their advertising's good, but I'm not a big fan of the razors, man. So I use straight razors. Go to straightrazors.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. It's a great gift for a bro or a dude or a dad in your life. And their Smolder aftershave is my jam. Last but not least, we've got the Caillou app. That's Kayu. Caillou is they're live now. They are live now.
Yep.
You can just go to whatever fucking
you can start using it.
Phone you have. Just download the app for free. No strings attached on this.
Link up.
No strings at all. I think you can just fucking key in with a Facebook like everything else.
Yeah, they're not going to be like
Facebook is already giving your data to everybody else.
Yeah,
might as well jump on the train.
Don't worry about
it. Yeah, don't worry about it. But Caillou it combines the best of traveling, special interests, vacations, all of it combined into one. And let's face it, because we're about to talk about Facebook. Right after this, after hearing what's on Facebook, it's time to start going to other social media apps. Try Caillou; it's free. Give it a go. You can find people in your area to split the cost of vacations and traveling and lodging and partying, or just fucking going to a gun range with somebody and fucking having fun. I want to, since we're talking about Caillou, I want to talk about this delete Facebook campaign that's going down right now.
Cool, I'm in.
Are you?
Yeah.
You are. Great, because I want to. We didn't get a chance to talk about this before the show, so this is completely fresh and live. Because I had this written down. Strangely enough, we do what we do, write topics for the show, and this show, we kind of know what we're doing.
We kind of know what we're doing. Stay on topic, but
yeah, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But it's nice to have some stuff. This computer just isn't blank with a monkey face on it. You
Mine
know what I'm
is, but yours is not.
Yours is fucking Your keys might as well be in Braille. But this delete Facebook thing, hashtag delete Facebook, has been going around on Twitter. And people are deleting their pages, and it's saying not just turn it off,
right? Not
just you have to physically go in and delete Facebook and get rid of it. You would do this,
yeah.
You're not a big Facebook user, anyways, are you?
I use it the same way that a lot of people do, or you're just like I get on it a couple of times a day. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it's not like I'm not on it at all.
You use it though for videos. Like you watch
that's all
weird like cooking videos, like 50 or 60 of them in a row, and you were in it like the Matrix.
They'll just like pop up.
You're plugged in like Keanu Reeves.
What did you catch me watching the other day? That like pie. It was like all the different like tops that you can make for pie.
Pie toppings. But
it was like all the other cool like shapes and stuff that you can make with the pie top. And the one they had on there that I started rolling my eyes with, where I was like, I'm done with this, was they had the symbol for pie in crust on top of the pie, and I was just like, you were super amped. But that's
about
a lot of what I get, and then I'm constantly pissed off by it. So like
Facebook,
like I'll get on, and it's out of habit because you're like everyone, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you just like go through the fucking things, checking all your stuff, and it's habit. But every time I go to Facebook, I'm just kind of pissed, and I get really annoyed.
What are you pissed at per se?
I'm pissed at like whatever the trends end up being, the mundane bullshit, the people's stupid posts, and then like the videos and ads. So on mine, maybe it's because I watch that stuff, but now all it is like weird videos popping up. It's not my friends or whatever, but they're sharing them, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
So it's just weird.
There's an algorithm. It is not chronological. You have to now you can go in and add your top 100 people that you follow out of your friends, which is bullshit, because if they're your friends in the first place, why? Because they limit you at 5,000 on your personal pages, right? If these people are your friends, why do I need to tell you who the top 100 important are so I can see them first and then see the rest? Like, friends are friends. I want to see everyone's shit in chronological order.
Right.
The way it comes in. I don't want you to curate it for me. Because the curation of Facebook and now Instagram fucking sucks for me. It is not the people that I want to see first. And I even went in, by the way, to Facebook and checked off my top 100. I still don't see them. So either my friends, my top 100 people are done with Facebook.
And
the majority
really
of them.
Using it much, maybe.
Or Facebook is just saying, fuck you, I don't care. We're going into overdrive and doing whatever we want. We're controlling you. And I would say this, I'm using Facebook less and less. So much so that you have fucking IRA.
Yes.
We have IRAs.
Yes.
We have a pretty decent portfolio.
Yeah.
Over the years.
Diversified.
Yeah, diversified. Facebook was one of our stocks.
Yes.
We had it for a long time. And we just sold it about 2 weeks ago. Just because, for me personally, and we had discussed this beforehand, where I was just like, there was so much negative shit coming out about Facebook.
Yeah.
Now, the election
shit. And I
shit,
said, go ahead. I was like, it's a sinking ship.
Yeah. And so we sold it, and it has since tanked through the fucking toilet
Dumpster fire.
The last 2 days. I don't want to say we were brilliant for doing it. It was more or less just kind of... And this is what I try to do with all companies, whether or not I'm using their products. Same with our sponsors, whether or not I'm using their products, whether or not it works for me, and whether or not I think it's got a future going forward. Yeah. So with Facebook, I didn't know, because you look back in history at MySpace or Friendster, they eventually fell out of favor. Something happened. Something happened within the app itself that made you fall out of favor with the app, and you abandoned it. And you said, I'm done with this, and I'm gone with this. I never used Friendster, so I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
I didn't use MySpace. I had it at the end of MySpace, because I got tired of people saying, hey, did you see the thing that happened on my thing? And I was just like, all right, cool. Maybe I'll go on and look at it. But by the time I got it, it was all fucking EDM blasting, rainbows shooting out of the screen.
It took like 2 hours to load somebody's fucking
page. Yeah, and it was all a mind fuck of... colors, things, and I was just like, all right, cool. And at that point I was like, and I told my friends, I was like, I don't get the fucking hype of MySpace. And they were like, I don't know, it used to be awesome when, and then that's the way I look at Facebook, where it's just like, it used to be awesome when, for me, that big when was when I could see my friends in chronological order, when I didn't have to read about political posting. And that was before the election.
I take pictures of posts that really annoy me.
What do you do with them?
I just keep them to be like, go ahead.
Okay. No. I
just keep them to be like this is why. Because I feel like every time I'm on Facebook, I need to be reminded. But go ahead.
So, me personally, I was so late to the social media game.
And Facebook, yeah, you were.
Yes, to all of it. And I've talked about this on other shows before, numerous times, where, publicist-wise said don't do any social media whatsoever.
Right.
And keep your life private, and that way people can believe you more in characters and all this other shit. And
they told you that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
For years and years and years and years. And look, I will say this, looking back at it, for all those years, it's true, and I think it still holds true today, even more so. Because now, all I do is read celebrities' fucking political opinions.
Yeah.
And I hate them. I don't want to go see their movies. I don't want to watch their TV shows.
Yeah. So it wasn't a bad advice. It wasn't. It's just impossible. At this point.
Yeah, at this point. And you've got to promote your shit so heavily to get it seen or heard, or you get the gig. And so that, look, I signed up for all of it. I used it. I use it a lot. And, I use it to promote books, films, our shows, everything. And what I enjoyed about it when I first started it, because I did enjoy it. And
me too.
And I did enjoy Instagram before they switched to an algorithm rather than chronological, is I enjoyed the things about it that some people used to bitch about, where I enjoyed seeing my friends and family, their kids. I don't want to see 90 photos of your kids in a row.
One. One cool one.
Yeah, a week. That's about it.
That's a lot for me.
Wow. But things like that, I don't mind. Or you're out with your family, or you're having a good time, or you're at a ball game, or you're at a concert. And some people would say, "Oh, that's braggy or that's showing off." Like, no, I like to see my friends having a good time. I'd like to see my friends hanging out in the Bahamas. I like to see my friends fucking traveling. I don't care. I hope all my friends are taking selfies on a private jet. I want all of my friends to be successful, and I enjoy looking at it being like, fuck, good for them. I know what they do for a living. They work hard, and I hope the best for them. I like seeing shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. And I don't mind that out of celebrities either, where it's like, hey, man, you guys worked your ass off, and you're having a great time, and you're traveling all over the world. I also look at it as an inspirational thing.
Aspirational, yeah.
Yes. Or inspiration.
But sorry, yes.
Yeah, or inspiration to work harder, to be like, hey, I want to be like Kevin Hart and be on that fucking private jet, or throwing out the first pitch at a ball game, or singing the national anthem, or whatever it is. I enjoy that aspect of it, where some people have bitched of like, oh, that's too braggy and self-showy and self-promotional. And it's FOMO. Like, yeah, but like, I don't mind that. Like, dude, you worked hard for whatever it was. I enjoy looking at that shit. Now, what I don't enjoy is these algorithms that are fucking set for me, where it's a lot of times sites or groups or things that I don't know, political articles or fucking postings that it's like, some video that I don't give a fuck about, through a friend of a friend, where it's just like, hey man, you're not even friends with me, but you're friends with somebody I'm friends with, where it's like, now I'm seeing your shit. I don't want to fucking see that. Instagram though. And by the way, Facebook owns Instagram, so I want to lump this into the same category. But like right now, you're scrolling through a million things right now.
Well, I'm looking at the pictures of things that that have pissed me off enough.
Okay.
To like take a picture of it.
But for Instagram, this new algorithm that they have, I don't see my friends or family at all. I don't see my best friends. I don't see my best friends on Facebook. And I'm seeing like friends of friends, or different articles or videos that somebody else is posting. But a lot of times it's old. So it's like a day later, or 2 days later, 3 days later, you'll end up liking it. And then right as you press like, you'll look back and be like, oh, fuck. You'll just catch the date as you scroll by, and you're like, fuck, that was from 3 days ago. Why am I just seeing this now? And then not only that, but my friends are going to be thinking that I'm digging through their shit from 3 days ago, finding posts and liking it. And I'm like, fuck, no. Because then you can't take it back, because it'll, chime up on their fucking thing. And it's like, oh, Ross took his like back on my fucking photo on the boat 3 days ago.
Does it show that?
No, but it'll show that I liked it. And so if they were on at the same time, it's just like, oh boy, it's a fucking mess. The personal messaging thing too on Facebook, is fucked up to me, where it's allowing any people to call each other.
Yeah.
What?
Don't like that.
I definitely don't like that. And it's like, I've gotten a few times, more than a handful of times, of like, hey bro,
and the person's
you didn't answer,
name
motherfucker. I'm not
from Facebook will show up, and you're like, oh
yeah,
not a number, but their name, like their username from Facebook, and you're like, this is weird.
Yeah. The other thing that also turned me off about Facebook, which was huge, was when you go into messaging or other pages, how it takes you out of that into the Messenger app.
Yeah.
And then you've got to circum back into the other app. And it's like, Facebook's like, oh, now we're taking you to the Messenger app. Why, motherfucker?
Why?
I'm already in Facebook. I'm inside of Facebook. I don't need to go to another app within the app of Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
What were they trying to do with that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I always try and think, like, what was their grand plan with that? Like, did they want to break off and make just like a special messenger that could? The other thing, there's a lot of things that piss me off about Facebook. You take these fan pages, right? So you create a fan page for your business or your personal self, and you post videos and things like that. And then at the bottom underneath it says, great, this went out to 1,000 of your 20,000 followers. Why? Well, if you'd like to pay more, you can get it out to all your followers. What the fuck's the point of that?
So taking all of this into consideration, everything I'm currently bitching about today, and we were talking about this Vero app the other day, not that that's the fucking answer because I don't think it is, is if there was just a simple app that was just set up that didn't monetize, didn't do anything. I don't even know if that's possible because of how much storage you would need.
It's a little,
because you'd have to pay for storage like YouTube. Eventually, everybody has to cave to something to pay for this shit. But is there going to be an app that says, hey guys, we're all chronological. No one can post anything political. Like news-wise.
You can't really say that.
Well, no, but maybe copy and pasting an article. You can't, put a post from CNN, Fox News, whatever your political affiliation is. You can't post that. That would be something I'd be down for sure. Where it's like, I can't delete Facebook. I can't do it now.
Oh, yeah.
Because of work. I think you could personally.
I personally can, but our show is on Facebook, so.
It is.
For that reason, it's kind of cool.
I will say this. Our video show is moved over to iTunes and YouTube.
A lot easier.
Well, not only is it easier, but going through Facebook and all of that shit, again, it's not shuttling it out to anybody.
Right.
So they're holding it back and they want you to pay for the show to go out to people. And it's like, dude, it's a podcast. It's free anyways. We get paid through sponsors, but like that's enough for the cameras, the lights, the fucking shit and everything else. And it's like, dude, now you want me to pay on top of that to get my show out? Like, fuck you. We already have, on this show, 800,000 listeners already. And it's just like, it keeps growing and growing. Drinking Bros is at 2 million. And it's like, dude, fuck you, Facebook. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to have our listeners pay for it because that's another thing they want you to do with a lot of podcasts. And this keeps popping up through the hosting feeds is a paywall for your listeners where it's like pay $1 to listen to the fucking show. And I think Adam Carolla does that.
Pay $1 to listen?
Yeah, doesn't he have one of those paywalls for his shows?
I think he does, but like we give Carolla a pass on that because he's gone to bat and with his own money so many times.
He has
these podcast trolls. So he's the only one that we really give a pass, and we actually give the $1 or whatever.
Well, look, here's the thing. I'll give a pass to everyone for it because to each his own.
Right.
It just depends on how you want to get out to your audience and whether or not you want them to pay for it. I personally don't. I hope they buy my book, like the new book, When Darkness Falls. He doesn't catch it. I hope people watch the show, buy the fuck out of that book, and that's like, hey, thanks, Ross, love you, and that's my reward. For Adam Carolla and those guys, like I'm not going to shit on them for charging. I just personally don't believe in it, and I'm not going to do it.
Right.
But
there's some people that do like Patreon and sponsors, and it's all about
what's Patreon, because that's something.
Patreon is, and a lot of podcasts do this, so you basically pay a show $1 to like $15 a month, but it like gets taken out of you subscribe
gotcha
essentially to it, and you get little perks, like you'll get an episode earlier, you'll get extra little episodes, so you get some extra, but again, I don't believe in it. My whole thing with podcasts is that it's free, like radio.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do any of those other little things.
Yeah.
If we can make enough with sponsors to like keep the show going and stuff like that, that's basically what a lot of people want. But the Patreon, you can make, a couple hundred a month. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like asking people for money for radio, essentially, is what I feel like it is.
Right. My personal dream or goal out of all of this, if Facebook ended, would just be that there was a social media app where I put things up, whatever time I put them up, it goes out to everybody that follow me. You can go back and look at it chronologically. You don't have to pay. I don't have to pay to get it out to anybody. I don't have to fucking it doesn't decide algorithmically, who it should go to, who I should see, all that shit. And I think whoever comes up with that next, that will be the jump off of goodbye, Facebook. Take care. Because with this, now that they're being probed by the feds, which just came out today, Facebook is, and they want Zuckerberg Zuckerberg. Same
Zuckerberg.
Thing. Zuckerberg to testify in front of Congress. The end of Facebook could be nearish, in the next few years, because it just takes one person to start something else and say, all right, everybody's jumping ship.
Yep.
Because once the celebrities too start to jump, forget it. Like it's over. Like the Snapchat thing yesterday with Rihanna, that was another big deal. We talked about that before with Kylie Jenner, how she posted one tweet.
Oh.
And it took $1 billion out of their company in one day. And it happened again yesterday with Rihanna, where they had a would you rather thing on Snapchat where you pressed, would you rather do this or this, right?
Okay.
And the question was, would you rather slap Rihanna or punch Chris Brown? So Rihanna came out and made a statement on Twitter and was just like, this is really fucked up. Like,
yeah. Come at me. She'd probably be like, come at me, bro.
Oh,
you want to slap me?
Rihanna was gangster as fuck. Like,
Rihanna's
Rihanna. And not only that, but she got the shit kicked out of her by Chris Brown. So putting this up, would you rather slap Rihanna? Either way, it's violence versus violence here. There is no like, hey, would you rather kiss Rihanna or punch Chris Brown?
Is it from Team Snapchat or?
Yeah, it was from Snapchat themselves. They put this up. So she came out and said something. They lost another $800 million in stock.
Goodbye.
And it's like, if the celebrities jump ship on these social media apps, it's over. Because something can start pretty goddamn quickly. Mm-hmm. So I think if you had an app where I would actually start with celebrities. I would start with The Rock and Kevin Hart and those guys and say, hey, we're going to start a new social media app. What we're going to do is give you a portion of it. So they would be essentially like a partner. They would be the Winklevis, if you will.
Okay.
To put it in a Facebook sense.
Sure.
Give them each 5% of it. You take your top tiered 10 celebrities, give them 5% or 3% or whatever it's going to be. And then they own part of that company. I think that would convince everybody to jump. Because if The Rock got on his social media, and I think The Rock, if I'm not mistaken, is now overtaken Vin Diesel for biggest social media in the world. And I want to say Kevin Hart or Vin Diesel is second behind whichever for guys. And I don't know women. I don't follow that many.
Taylor Swift, Kardashian, Kylie.
Yeah. But I would say if you got them, if you got the Kardashians in on it.
That's pretty much the answer to anything, but go ahead.
Because I feel like the Kardashians made Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like, I think if they weren't doing it so often all the time on their show, I don't know what their deal was behind the scenes or if they had one. I think if they made them a partner in it, everybody would jump. That's it. Because it's still, cool rules the school. And if something becomes not cool anymore, it's fucking over with. I wouldn't mind seeing the death of Facebook and something else come up.
I'm down with it. The only thing is I'm going to miss posts like,
you were scrolling for 20 minutes on your phone and you still don't have it.
No, I would miss posts like house update, more doors and trim.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the pink, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with the red, bold.
Yeah.
And it.
Yeah. So that really sticks in your craw.
That kind of stuff. And what is it Tina Fey said? She was, I just don't understand why people need an audience for these really mundane things in their lives.
Right. Like in a car accident, in a...
Those, in a okay. I want an update on how you're doing from your car accident. Sure. I want an update. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just that. I don't know.
Sure. Technology escapes you anyways. I think for you, you wouldn't affect your day. Like,
what do you mean technology escapes me anyways?
You're terrible at it. Like right now, you're on your phone right now. Still,
you're gonna
20
come
minutes.
At me?
Well, look, 20 minutes you've been on your phone. You would one post to share out of 20 minutes on the phone. Finding a topic on Google proves to be a little tough. And by the way, I'm not coming at you for this.
Yeah, you are.
No, it's not. Like, you're not good at technology. I'm not good at like fixing shit. I'm not a handyman. I can't fix shit around the house. Like, and one would say out loud, oh, well, you're not a fucking man if you can't fix the door or whatever the fuck's wrong. Probably, but I can get through technology real quick. Everybody's got their faults in life. So that's why I'm not coming at you right here. What I'm saying is for you, if Facebook or social media was gone, it wouldn't change your day or life. Whereas me, I use it so much for work-related shit, promoting these films, books, and shows and things. Like, it would put a serious hamper on business. We also have friends, Black Rifle Coffee. They are the messiahs of marketing online. Social media wizards, those guys. Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Like, and there's a lot of companies that depend on social media for business. Like, to go back to some form of traditional advertising would be strange at this point.
Don't you feel like
it would affect a lot of people?
Like, it's just people telling you what to do now too. Like, drop a picture of your dog. Brighten my day. Drop a picture of the last thing on your phone.
Right. I don't mind things like that.
I just feel like I'm being told what to do.
Yeah. Well, it's all in how you see it. I don't really care about things like that because I'll gun through somebody's thing of like who's in front of you and being like, oh, all right, cool.
You will go through those?
Yeah, because I want to know that, here's what I want to know. If my friends are having a good time in their life. Like, that's it. Dead serious. Like, and it's like, all right, cool. Like, and I'll catch them, like, one of those.
I'm the bitch.
Yeah. So I saw one of those posts the other day where it was just like, show me what's in front of you right now. And like, I gassed through it because it was like, I don't know, maybe 200 comments or 300 comments. And like, some of my friends were drinking margaritas at like 3:00 in the afternoon. And I was like, shit.
Love it.
Same. And that made me happier where I was just like, man, fuck. I wish I was Mark or whatever, whoever's post it was. I wish I was him today. Like, that looks great.
Was it Zuckerberg?
No.
Oh.
It was Tom from MySpace. Thumbs up, Tom. With his thumbs up.
All right, fine.
So things like that. But yes.
I think I just don't like Facebook. I think that's just
there it is, Shapes.
That's just it. I don't like it. And that was the one that summed it up for me when Tina Fey said that. That I don't need an audience. Personally, I don't need an audience for everything that I do. I like having an audience for the things that I want an audience for, like this show.
Right.
Or skits that we do or something like that. But getting doors and trim, just eating like some sushi. For me, that I do not need to show anyone that. And that's just me, and I think that's weird.
Let me pose it to you this way then. That post. What was the phrasing of that exact post that you read?
It said house update. New doors and trim.
Yeah. Maybe you got a new wife. Maybe you got some new trim. You know what I'm saying?
And
he's just looking for some bush.
That would be funny, but it wasn't.
New house update. Just got new doors and trim, and he's just holding his
It's just people.
New wife's pussy up in the air. I just got some new trim. Yeah. You ever think about that? Maybe was a cryptic post.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I got some new trim in the house today.
I don't like that one either, though.
I do. I think that's a clever one. Doing some yard work. Happy to finally get rid of the bush in front of my house.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for some
church.
Yeah. That would be, awesomely hilarious.
Yeah.
But the other thing I want to talk about is this fucking Austin bombing thing.
Let's get to it finally.
Shit. Not finally. It's just so weird. I don't know how to tackle this. Because the only thing that I can remember in my lifetime is the Unabomber. And even then, like, that was kind of random packages to all over the country. This is going to one specific city. Mm-hmm. People are either leaving packages or sending them. A bomb just blew up at the FedEx in San Antonio last night, which injured a couple people. The fascinating thing I find about this is nobody's died yet.
2 people.
Oh, 2 people have died. Okay. Yeah. And were they out on the streets or?
I forget which one that was from, but there's 2 deaths.
Okay, there is 2 deaths.
And you never know exactly what that
entails. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was initial or if it was something that happened after
later
in the hospital or whatever. But 2 casualties so far.
Austin is one of those cities that I don't understand why Austin's a great town.
It's a great town. It's chill. It's a blast. It's very.
I heard it's getting very hipstery, but
still very politically chill.
Okay,
like it's not some place that you're targeting for those reasons.
Yeah, and I gotta look. You and I, in particular, have a soft spot for Austin. Well, and it's also where I proposed to you. We've been there
by that dumpster
3 times. Yeah, dumpster
by that special
behind
dumpster.
the Carrabba's.
Behind our special Carrabba's.
No, but I on the reels, like I proposed to you there. We love Austin. We've been there a bunch of times. I shot the new guy there. So I lived there for 3.5 months.
If there's one place I wouldn't feel like I was going to get bombed, it'd probably be Austin.
Austin, yeah.
So, and that plea that the police chief sent out, who was it that sent it out? That was like, we just want to talk to you, as far as like sending it out to the bomber.
It was their chief of police.
We just want to talk to you and find out your motive, and we want to listen.
Yeah, I find that interesting because I watched that unbelievably. I watched that stupid Unabomber thing on Netflix. Netflix is getting a lot of shine for shit these days, but it was a Discovery Channel show that came to Netflix afterwards, and that's where I watched it. And it was Paul Bettany was the Unabomber, and that fucking snooze fest. Sam Worthington was the FBI agent.
Understand him,
and
kind of fucking American guy.
It was the most boring show on the planet, and one of these articles was blaming this show on Netflix for being the inspiration for this new guy. I hope not. Because if you're going to do it, like, don't do it after an exciting show. That show was fucking boring as shit. Like, do it after Stranger Things. Try to pull somebody into the upside down world rather than, like dig a hole and try to pull them through the ground.
Well, the story of the Unabomber alone
in Stranger Things
will get you going.
But having said that, after watching this Unabomber thing, when this police chief came out and said, just call us, we want to talk, they used a similar tactic with the Unabomber where he wanted this manifesto that he had written out, or he was going to blow up a plane. And
I think they must see the similarities or else they wouldn't have used the same.
Maybe. So what they did was they ended up posting, like they published his manifesto, the Unabomber, when it came out at the time. And, that was eventually how they caught him.
Right.
Whether or not they're trying to do the same thing with this guy, I don't know. The other thing I don't know is whether it's multiple people or a terrorist organization. Back in the day when the Unabomber thing was going on, you weren't worried about terrorists on U.S. soil. You just weren't. So, like, it had to have been somebody crazy in the woods.
Right.
And that was the only thing that made sense. And when they found out that it was somebody crazy in the woods, to me personally, it made me feel safer and better about it, where it was like, oh, it's exactly what we thought. It's exactly what everybody was saying, was somebody crazy in the woods.
Guy, yeah.
In today's world, now you have to consider terrorists. You have to consider politics. You have to consider, like, there's so many things where you're like, dude, why would somebody be doing this now? Whereas you didn't back then. You also have social media, which we've been talking about all show, where it's like, is somebody trying to get really famous and become the next Unabomber?
Right.
What's the reasoning behind it? And again, why Austin? If you're going to try to bomb like a shitty city.
Must be really specific to this person. They're obviously working on a profile, but like, I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know.
But it's scary as fuck, and they're telling people to stay inside until they catch whoever this is. The problem with
What's your guess? My guess is it's a white guy. What's your guess? White guy, right?
Oh boy, you're going to really drag me into a racism hole here, aren't you?
Listen, no, people do it all the time. Like, what's your first instinct? I would say white guy, probably because of the Unabomber. And because of like ISIS MO is very fucking, they do the same thing. Same thing every time.
I'll go my onesie twosies without getting into like diving into a racial issue is we'll go whites.
Okay.
Middle Eastern. Those are my onesie twosies. I wouldn't
even throw Middle Eastern in there.
I would.
We'll see, but I mean,
to build a bomb, there's a lot of sophistication behind it. Time wise, money wise, all that shit. Like I just,
right.
I'll leave it at that. I don't. Those are my onesie twosies on it. I don't know. Who knows?
There's just certain things that like white guys do.
Yeah.
And there's certain things that like.
There's certain
ISIS
things that
terrorists do
that nerdy white guys do in particular.
And with a manifesto or like trying to send a message of like what is that message? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. To Austin, Texas. I don't know. The motto of Austin is keep Austin weird.
Didn't the Unabomber send to like professors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he had the same type of bomb, and it was like very much this like pointed MO. It was to different, states, but it was like all this like certain type of person. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what their profile is and what all the similarities are between all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to, like, the other thing is like, how do you catch somebody who's shipping things?
Well, that's what the Unabomber did. I
know, but like this, it took somebody a long goddamn time to catch the Unabomber. Yeah. Like, if you're shipping things, because you can just drop it off at any postal location, not to give anybody any ideas, but like,
I know, but I think, maybe. I'd like to say
there's
we have
so many
more
drop boxes and things like that it's just like you don't know. Or
that's true.
You could have a friend drop it off, or it could be a number of people. It could be a collection of people that's helping do this. So I don't know what it is, but this is fucking weird.
This one's weird.
In today's society too, because again, if you're looking for that instant gratification of killing somebody, or instant fame of killing somebody, chances are you're shooting up something. A nightclub, a fucking school, or whatever it is. For those
running people over with a van and then stabbing
trying
them.
To get immediate notoriety and fame. That's the way to go. Not like bombing people on like accident, because sometimes you're just leaving it there and you don't know if people are going to walk by or when it's going to go off. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just setting a timer to see if because a couple of these bombs that have gone off haven't hurt anybody. Where they're just there. They weren't there. Nobody was there. It was late at night, and it was just like, fuck, a bomb went off.
If this was a movie, then they'd put the bombs. The police chief would, ask for this guy to contact them, and then they'd want some kind of like ransom to stop.
Yeah. Or it would be Wesley Snipes. So I would feel safer if Wesley Snipes was the police chief in Austin.
Right.
And he was dealing with all of this.
Yeah. And then it's like a weird Kiefer Sutherland or something that's like doing it. And he's like, hold up. And he's like, he just wants money. He'll take the money to stop.
Yeah. Like a shaved head Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. And older. We'll have to make this movie later.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be older.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want him to be like an old, still chiseled. You know what I mean? Still Kiefer.
Yeah, still, yeah. No, I understand that.
Yeah. But I want him to be the bomber.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. That'll bring us to our revolutionary figure of the day. The revolutionary figure of the day goes out to James Fitzgerald.
Oh.
Yeah. You know who that is?
No.
That was the character that Sam Worthington played in the Unabomber. He's the real guy. He's the real guy that stopped this. He... was in the police for 11 years, FBI for 9. Ruined his life, marriage, all of that shit. And he helped bring down the Unabomber and did it. But the way this weird, brilliant guy was able to figure this shit out, I don't know. I'm sure people like that exist today. I don't know whether or not it's going to be easier or harder to catch somebody in today's society because of shit like this.
I would say easier. Facebook has a profile on this guy already.
One would think, but Facebook, is also selling ads to everybody, so who knows? Facebook will do anything for money.
They know where this guy has shopped, what he buys, what he's out of.
Yeah.
They know. Just ask Facebook who this guy is.
Ask Facebook.
Maybe Facebook should just turn into something like that.
Maybe.
Where it's like they have all the information, so they'll just turn into like a bomber finding.
Yeah. Everything transfers from social media to bomber finding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be on the lookout for bomberfinding.com. We're getting out of here. I'm Ross Patterson. She's Jesse Wiseman. Good night, everybody.
Good night.